I gotta admit, it is a little weird as a man having a conversation with a woman about lingerie, but I hope our listeners will forgive me because to me, the conversation isn't so much about the clothing and about, or the lack of clothing
Yeah,
and the skin
exactly.
you wanna share,
That's
but
part of it.
to me, it represents something a little bit deeper, and I hope that's what our
Mhm.
listeners get from this. It's about
Yeah.
confidence.
Yep. And that's exactly what I'm trying to promote.
Welcome to the Get Your Marriage On podcast. I'm your host, Dan Purcell, a sex and intimacy coach for married couples. My mission is to help you build and maintain a sexually vibrant and emotionally intimate marriage. Join me each week as we explore principles and practical tools based on Christian values to create the passionate, joyful, and thriving marriage you're designed to have. One of my goals of this podcast is to discover the principles that keep long-term marriages passionate, full of desire, and sexy. Today, you'll get to meet a friend of mine, Melina, who's a really impressive woman. She started a new line of lingerie as a newlywed and as a young college student. We'll talk about how lingerie is so much more than what you wear or, in this case, don't wear, but what it represents. You'll hear Melina share what she's learned about gaining self-confidence herself, even in intimate matters. She'll teach us tips on how to choose the best lingerie colors that go with your skin colors so that you're guaranteed to look dashing. Stay to the end also to hear her black belt sex tip. On a personal note, I'm releasing this episode on Friday, the 28th of November, and this also happens to be my wedding anniversary. I am so grateful for my wife, Emily. Not a day goes by where I am not amazed by her charm, depth of person, intellect, loyalty, and the light and beauty she brings to life to those around me and her every day. I am so lucky to be influenced by her goodness and to be married to her. I love you, Emily. I'm also releasing this episode the day after Thanksgiving, and I have much to be grateful for. I'm grateful for you, my dear friends that listen to this podcast. I'm grateful for my incredible team, their talents, and their commitment to the cause of helping married couples everywhere have deeper, more meaningful, and intimate and sexually connected marriages too. I want to let you know about two upcoming events. The first is a virtual getaway opportunity for you. This is the kind where you send the kids to grandma's or you get a hotel room just for the two of you and you join me over Zoom webinar. Don't worry, you're not on camera, just over 2 nights across 3 sessions. The emphasis of this virtual getaway is I'm going to teach you a practice about transforming the way you engage intimately to bring more soul to your sexual encounters. I'll teach you new sexual practices you probably haven't tried before, regardless if you've been married just for a few years or 50 years. And the focus of this virtual getaway is to unlock deeper intimacy and pleasure in your marriage. This is happening on the weekend of Valentine's Day in 2026, so register now. All those details are on our website, getyourmarriageon.com, click events. The other upcoming event is that we're putting on a one-of-a-kind Get Your Marriage On cruise in October of 2026. I am so excited about cruising with you and vacationing with you. So we're going to spend 6 nights together in the beauty of the Western Caribbean. It's going to be super romantic, super fun, and I'll be teaching you practices that will go even more in depth and bring more soul to your lovemaking. It's going to be fantastic, but you have to apply. So now's the time to look into this and apply. You'll find all those details at getyourmarriageon.com and click on events. Okay, now let's talk about lingerie. Melina, welcome to the Get Your Marriage On podcast. I'm so happy and honored to have you here today. How you
Thank
doing?
you. I've been looking forward to this ever since we set it up. So thank you for having me.
That's great. So, what is it like running a lingerie business? I mean, what do you tell strangers or friends that this is what you do?
Oh my gosh. Well, first of all, before I even get into the business and all
Uh-huh.
about the lingerie world,
Uh-huh.
when I was young, it was so hard for me to get on stage and talk to people. So hard.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know how, but I got the lead in a little play in 5th grade. And so I got up all my courage and I went out there and I froze. Like,
Oh,
I saw my mom
no.
and dad in the crowd and I just froze and I was so scared. And I
Uh-huh.
had to run off the stage and they had to tell me my lines and I went back out. And fast forward almost
Uh-huh.
20 years.
Uh-huh.
And this morning, I actually gave pretty much a TED talk about dainty lace and lingerie. And so it's been a long process, but slow and
Wow.
steady. I am now talking about it every single day, and it's been so fun and
That is
amazing.
so cool. So, public speaking hasn't always been your forte, but now you're a
No,
little bit better at it. That's
little
cool.
bit trying.
Great. So, I wanna hear more about the content of your TED Talk today and hear about this amazing product and business that you've created too.
Yeah, so it actually got started when I'd love to take my friends lingerie shopping for their wedding night, and that's a little gift that I'd give them. And the
Mhm.
last couple times that I went with my friends and I took them to the store, I was so excited because it's so fun to like pick out the cute pieces and give them to them. And they were very, very uncomfortable the whole time. And I was trying to like tell them like this is fun, this is great, and I realized that they were gravitating towards more high coverage pieces
Mhm.
and they compare themselves to the models quite a bit in the stores. So it's
Mhm.
just a very uncomfortable experience. So we then turned to online shopping to try and find more high coverage pieces, and
Mhm.
there wasn't a dedicated spot for high coverage lingerie for or beginner friendly lingerie.
Gotcha.
And so from then on, I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this. I'm going to do it. And so Dainty Lace is for all the women that are trying to find something a little more high coverage and elegant and beautiful and feminine. And that's how it got started.
That's
It's been
great.
great.
Good. So, high coverage, just to break it down, that means
I like to say the private
elegant,
parts stay more
classy.
private for a little bit,
Okay,
as
gotcha,
long as
yeah.
you want.
Very
Yeah.
good. Very good, very good.
I
That's
also
cool.
compare it to like loungewear
Mhm.
for if you're just around the house and you want something light and like you said, feminine and elegant,
Mhm.
but don't want to just have everything out.
Got it. Very comfortable. I love it.
Yes.
Very good. So, I gotta ask, was it easy starting a lingerie business? Like, I know there's
No.
the logistical side of things, but what about everything that goes on inside of you? Like, do I
Yeah.
am I really gonna do this? Because it exposes you so much, and
Yeah,
now it
that's a
right.
great word.
Mhm.
It's at first it was very, very difficult to talk about with friends and family where especially did not want to post it on social media for a little while and talking to them, be like, I'm gonna start a lingerie company. And a few mainly it was like my like grandma figures in my life are like,
Uh-huh.
"What do you mean? What are you talking about? What that they thought it contrasted with my values."
Uh-huh.
But then I expressed to them, "No, this is actually very in line with my values where everything I'm doing is to promote confidence. Everything
Mm.
I'm doing is to promote confidence." And so once they understood the mission that I was doing with my lingerie,
Uh-huh.
then they're like, "Okay, I can get on board with that."
That's good. I'm glad you're bringing that up. So, were you always confident when it came to lingerie yourself?
No. No.
Tell me
So
the story of your first
yeah,
lingerie shopping
yeah,
experience.
there's always a story. So I grew up not talking about intimacy and lingerie at all. That was not going to happen.
Uh-huh.
But my amazing mother-in-law, when I'm about to get married, she said, "You know, I don't know what your like feelings are about this, but here's $200. Go and buy yourself something pretty." And she sent me some of the websites that she loved, and I'm looking at these websites like, there's no way I'm like, am I supposed to be looking at this stuff? Is this for me? Am I gonna look like this? And I just
Uh-huh.
quickly bought something, and yeah, it was an experience to say the least. That was my first introduction into the lingerie world, and it was rocky to say the least.
Gotcha, yeah. So you think back on that experience, and you're now fast forward a few years, you're, linking arms with friends wanting to go lingerie shopping for them. So
Exactly.
obviously, a lot's transformed for you since that first shopping experience. But tell me more, what's going on in that transformation?
Yeah, a lot of it just has to do with the mindset of what lingerie is, and it's not about like, I would always compare myself to the models. Am I supposed to be acting sexy all the time? Am I supposed to be looking like this person? And that's not what lingerie is about at all. It's
Uh-huh.
about putting something on that makes you feel beautiful, that makes you feel confident. And then you can take that into whatever you're doing in the bedroom or not, or lounging around the house. But it's all about those small things that you can do to feel confident.
I like it. Very good. So, then what happens? You had that shocking lingerie shopping experience yourself. you get married. Then tell me more. How do you develop more confidence yourself?
Yeah, so it really has to do with I like to think of it as a couple different things that can help you become more confident with lingerie or with anything else.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of it has to do with the way you view yourself as well and getting to
Mhm.
know your body. And that sounds a little weird, but you should feel beautiful and confident in your body all the time. Whether you're trying to improve certain things about it or not, you should feel beautiful all the time. And so something that I've learned is the way fabric makes me feel brings out more confidence.
Oh, gotcha. So there's different kinds of fabrics. If
Mhm.
someone's a little new to all this, can you talk about different types of fabrics?
Of course,
Uh-huh.
yes. I love this. And I think about this when I design my pieces. What will make someone feel the whatever feeling I'm hoping they feel in these pieces. And so I most of my pieces are in satin,
Mhm.
and satin symbolizes luxury and elegance and intimacy. It's all about like being connected
Mhm.
with yourself and with your partner. And so it has this silky, smooth texture. It almost feels just like you're putting on air, like nothing, but
Uh-huh.
it's something there.
Uh-huh.
Um, and it creates this romantic and like elevated luxury feeling. So that's why I
Mhm.
use satin a
Yeah.
lot, but there's lots of other fabrics. Lace also is like delicate and feminine and beauty. You see that a lot in lingerie or in like a wedding dress because it's symbolizing that beauty and it's soft. And that's one thing when I was talking to my friends at first, like, I'm going to start a lingerie company. What do you not like about like other lingerie companies? Or what
Uh-huh.
things do you like trying to gain more empathy data?
Uh-huh.
And they said, I hate itchy lace.
Uh-huh.
Do not do itchy lace. I'm like, deal. We're going to have the softest lace because that is important.
Mhm.
Again, it's all about making you feel a certain way. I can go on and on. How many pieces of like fabric do you want me to talk about?
Yeah. What about fabric that's more, closer to your skin rather than more flowy?
Yeah, so you have cotton, and
Mhm.
cotton symbolizes like comfort and like approachability. A lot of our clothes are made from cotton.
Mhm.
It's also just a very healthy. All of it's natural,
Uh-huh.
um, but it's very breathable and soft and cozy. It can make you feel more down to earth
Mhm.
and relaxed. And so, if those are kind of the feelings you're wanting to go for, definitely choose a cotton dress or cotton shirt.
Mhm.
There's also I'm pretty sure it's pronounced modal. It's like bamboo
Uh-huh.
and it's super soft and a lot of pajamas are made from bamboo,
Uh-huh.
cotton
It's
and
like the
things.
starch of the bamboo. They somehow
Mhm.
process that to make it.
Yeah, and so
Okay.
that's another incredibly smooth and breathable, stretchy fabric
Mhm.
that I would definitely want to go to sleep in.
Uh-huh. Great.
And then there's more fun fabrics like mesh. Mesh is very playful and bold and or tulle. You can see that in like tutus, like it's very fun and playful and like whimsical.
Uh-huh.
So if you're going for more of those feelings, definitely choose something with a little tulle. It can kind of perk up
Uh-huh.
pieces or you can wear it under a skirt and it kind of perks up your skirt. And
Uh-huh.
by no means am I an expert in all of this, but this is just what I have found as fabric has helped me feel a little bit more confident as I'm picking out my fabrics and a little bit more intentional about what I'm putting on my body to make me feel a little more confident.
Do you recommend people assess kind of their own personality? Because I think
Oh,
it's
yeah.
not confident to try to be someone you're not,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like sexy is being I guess this is my definition of sexy. Maybe you can enlighten me differently, but to me it's the idea of I am leaning into my core self and just expressing that. I'm not trying to be someone I'm not. It's about me genuinely being me. And so you wanna choose, like, fabrics that kind of express what it
Oh,
is
yeah.
in you that do that. I think that's what I hear you saying.
Oh, yes. And if you're like a leather person, if you feel the most confident and beautiful in men or women, like this is for everyone. If you
Uh-huh.
feel most confident in leather, you wear that leather and you rock it, right?
Uh-huh, right.
And there's also colors. Colors play a big part in helping you feel more confident. And I love that you said putting your personality. And that's something that I was trying to figure out because I don't know if you know this, but there's different seasons based on your skin tone and there's colors that can bring out the natural glow
Uh-huh,
in you.
right.
And I've always thought I was a winter, like my whole life. I'm like, I have dark brown hair. I've got dark hazel eyes. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
a winter.
And you have
And
a
then
light complexion too.
right, I have
Yeah,
a
right.
very fair complexion,
Uh-huh.
and I was recently reading a book called Color Me Beautiful. It was in the 1980s is when it was written, but the principles are still applicable today. And she talks about the seasons, and so I took the test again recently, and I'm a summer.
Oh,
And it blew my mind. I was, are you really? I'm a summer? But it makes so much sense now that I'm looking at my wardrobe and I'm looking at the colors that I always pick
uh-huh.
out, and I'm definitely a summer. So I would love to talk a little bit about that.
Let's do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
talk.
So I came across this concept my freshman year of college. I remember in the cafeteria of the university, like for lunch, talking with this girl. We had become just good friends, and she was a fashion design major.
Mm,
And she was telling me about different seasons. Like,
yep.
are you a summer person, winter person? Anyway, so that's my limited exposure.
Yeah.
Let's go a little deeper.
It's so fascinating. And I love that you said like a summer person or a like it's not so much a personality trait,
Uh-huh.
but it's more of something that can bring out the natural glow in within you to bring out. And so there's certain colors and certain cool tones or warm tones that can bring out that natural glow.
Uh-huh.
And so wearing those colors can then in turn make you feel more confident. So let's get into it. So first, for your viewers who have like never heard about this,
Uh-huh.
there are there's 4 seasons, and just like in nature, she shows her beauty in different colors and different
Mhm.
seasons, and each one is uniquely beautiful. All of them are beautiful. And so you can go to these seasons and pick out the color palette, and then those will bring out your natural glow. So to find your season, you can look at the veins in your
Okay.
skin.
All right.
So yeah, go ahead and do
Yeah.
that. If if they're more blue toned,
Uh-huh.
then you are cool.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's cool,
Oh,
but you're
yeah.
more cool toned. And then if they're more green
Uh-huh.
or golden, then you are warm toned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
And so cool toned, usually you can wear silver more
Mhm.
often.
Uh-huh.
I look better in silver because I'm a cool toned. If I wear gold, it kind of washes me out. But
Mhm.
warm tones, definitely wear gold. And then if you can't really tell, you're kind of in the middle, there's neutral, and you can just rock anything. I'm happy for you. That's
Uh-huh.
not me.
Okay.
Yes. And so then you can look at your eye colors.
All right.
And this isn't like a end all be all, but you can see little flecks. Whatever your eye color is, you can see flecks of like more
Other colors.
gold or
Uh-huh.
like, yeah, yep. So
Mhm.
either it'll be more warm toned or more cool toned as well if you're still like, I have no idea.
Uh-huh.
And then we'll go into the different seasons. So the cool toned seasons are winter
Uh-huh.
and summer.
Okay.
And
Summer is a cool tone. All right.
yes, yeah.
Not what
So
I would have
that's
thought. All right.
right. And so
Uh-huh.
that's why I always thought I was a winter, but I'm actually a summer. Anyways. But so we'll start with winter. Winter can be described when you look at the colors, you're thinking of like definitely cool, but also brilliant. And it's like ice is like pure white or
Uh-huh.
pure black. Black looks so good on a winter, and pure white looks so good on a winter.
Uh-huh.
And bright reds and bright blues. They are just bold. And so winter is cool. It's there's a spectrum of light and dark,
Okay.
which we can go into, but I'll kind of just briefly gloss over it. It's a more dark and it's bright. So anything super bright. And I brought some visuals, sorry for the audio listeners, but I have this very bright red.
Fabric.
And that,
You
yes.
hold in your hand. Okay.
Yes,
Right.
a very bright. Think of like Christmas,
Okay.
like very bright reds and bright blues.
Uh-huh.
Winters, obviously Christmas and winter, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Winters look best in these bright colors.
Great.
Any questions about that?
Okay. That's great. So would it make sense now to talk about summer then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Which is the other cool set of
Is-
colors.
Yes. So it's the other cool, but think of light and soft and more saturated. So instead of these bright colors, they're more muted.
Okay.
And so think of like hazy and chalky, or like out on a summer's day, you can kind of see these they're still light colors, but they're not
Hmm.
as bright of colors. And so I'm currently wearing like a burgundy color. It's cool toned, but it is very saturated. It's not super bright on me. And so I picked this because summer, I'm trying to figure out my summer wardrobe still.
Gotcha. So I'm holding in my hand a shirt. It's a
Yes.
blue. It's kind of a light blue. It's not a
Hmm.
bold blue. This is a summer cool
Yes.
color. I
Yeah.
see.
So,
Okay.
and you can definitely tell if you're like, well, both blues. Yeah. So that'd be more bright red that you're holding in your hand. But then you can think of, well, what about summer versus spring? Like they both have more pastel, soft colors. So we'll go into spring. Spring is um, more saturated as well. It's still pretty bright and light, but think of like warmth. Anything that has the sun in this spring is very warm, so very yellow toned. So um, there's like no spring colors in my house, which is very unfortunate. But think of yellow in the pink or yellow behind the blue. Instead of a cool toned blue, it's a warm toned blue
All
for these
right.
springs.
Got it.
Yeah, so that's spring. And then the last one is autumn.
Uh-huh.
And autumn you can think of as like spicy and smoky, and you can think of like all the smells of like October and
Uh-huh.
oh, so good. Another word I like to think of it is like blazing.
All right.
A lot of redheads are autumn.
Uh-huh.
They just look so good in these bright, warm colors. So a bright orange or a bright yellow. So everything is again very warm, and still can be because spring is more. It's pastel but it's still bright,
Uh-huh.
and autumn is more saturated, like a summer, but in warm tones. So
That's so
hopefully
cool.
that helps. It's hard without colors to show you.
Uh-huh.
Definitely look online. On my website, I also have stuff about this on Dainty Lace. So
Great. Maybe we can drop a link in the show
for
notes
sure,
so you can reference this.
for sure.
Right. So we're really talking about the small things we can do to feel more confident and sexy. So far, we've talked about sexy isn't like what someone else is. It's what you are.
Yes.
It's appealing to the best within you. You're talking to your core. We talked about how different fabrics and the kind of the mood that matches what you like, kind of being comfortable in that, helps you with confidence. We talked about
Hmm.
choosing the right colors that can help you feel more confident. Tell me, what else helps you and women in general just be more confident in themselves and their own skin,
Oh,
especially
yeah.
in sexy situations, which are usually we're anxious.
Yeah, it can be really hard still. And honestly, everything is practice. Still considered a newlywed, and I'm still very, very much practicing every day
Mhm.
to be more confident with my intimacy and figuring all that out. But one thing I've learned in all my psychology classes in college is smiling. Smiling is so beautiful and confident. And if you can just look at yourself in the mirror and say, you are beautiful, and smile at yourself, that is a confidence booster at any point of your day. A little confidence booster.
Have you always been able to look at yourself in the mirror and smile and tell yourself that
No,
you're
I
beautiful?
I try. I'm still trying every day. I have a lot of insecurities I'm still working through, but I'm realizing through the small acts that my insecurities are actually things that make me more beautiful. Like I'm very insecure about my nose, and everyone around me is like, "Your nose is fine. Stop saying that." But I'm insecure about it. But the little things of like picking the right fabrics and picking the right colors that make me feel more beautiful, or figuring out the style that I have that makes me feel the most beautiful, which is like business casual, makes me feel confident and beautiful. Um, I stop thinking about my insecurities as much. And it's those little things that you can do to forget about your insecurities, because really, you're the only one that sees them. I'm the only one that knows, that thinks my nose is big. And if you think my nose is big, oh well, it doesn't matter because I feel confident right now.
There's not a lot you can do to change that, I guess.
Yeah.
You can
So,
choose to hate it, or you can choose to make it part of who you are and
yep.
incorporate it, integrate it.
Love it.
A person with integrity is someone that has integrated their different parts into a whole, and I really like that. So, lingerie for a lot of women does help with more confidence in the bedroom.
Hmm.
Is lingerie just for the wedding night?
No. Oh my goodness, no. And I feel like this is a trap we all fall into at some point where we're thinking, oh, lingerie's for the 20-year-old body. Lingerie's for the wedding night. Like, I don't need to wear that anymore. He knows what I look like. It doesn't matter.
Uh-huh.
But it's not about him. It's not about all of those other external factors. It's about what makes you feel like, dang, I look good right now. Like, this better be happening because I look good.
Uh-huh.
And so,
Well,
no, lingerie can be, it can just be something you lounge in. It can be something that I love shopping for lingerie because it makes me feel like, ooh, exciting. I'm going to
uh-huh.
look so good.
The anticipation. Yes.
Yes. But I've
Mhm.
noticed that's one of the reasons during my empathy data for Dainty Lace is some reasons women don't like shopping for lingerie or it doesn't make them feel confident is that comparison to models.
Mhm.
And I talked about a little bit about this earlier, but
Which makes sense.
we
Right.
compare ourselves
Uh-huh.
constantly. And it's the worst evil. I honestly think comparison is the worst. And that's why I choose to only use mannequins
Mhm.
and different colored mannequins in my website because it takes that comparison off just a little bit. You can see the pieces, you can imagine yourself in the pieces. So navigating that can be really difficult. Still for me it is. I compare myself. I'm trying. I'm trying.
I
Um,
Well, I don't think the human brain is capable of not comparing. Our brain is a comparison machine. But are you using it against you or using it
yeah.
for you? I think that's the real difference. And perhaps shopping online where you do have a lot of scantily clad women, whether you're a man looking at this or a woman looking at it,
Hmm.
I don't think it can help with, just thinking about how the model is different than who you are. That's just what's going to happen. But a shopping experience that where it's not about the model, it's about the piece and it's about you and who you are, I think is what you're talking about here.
Yes.
It's about we want good shopping experiences. The
Yes.
shopping is part of the fun of lingerie,
It
is what I hear you
is.
saying.
Ah, it's
There's gotta
so
be a fun
fun.
shopping experience. Great.
Yes.
Well, I agree with you 100%. As a husband, I love seeing my wife in lingerie, and I think the shopping experience is fun, and I feel way less guilty,
Good.
shopping model free. At least, because the product is still a good product, but there's
Exactly.
less husband guilt
Right.
shopping. And I think my wife likes it when her husband is shopping for pretty things for her to wear. I think she
Oh
likes it.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
what do you think about that?
Yeah, and I think you getting it for her as a gift is a very amazing thing, as I want my husband to buy me things, but I do not want him to be looking on those websites. And there are other model-free websites that just use mannequins, but the real difference between them and Dainty Lace is the fact that it's high coverage. Like even I know women who they go onto those model-free websites, but they still get very intimidated at the pieces, or they're not ready to explore those pieces again after 30, 40, 50 years and they're like, that's not for me.
Uh-huh.
But going on to Dainty Lace, they can see themselves, they feel more comfortable transitioning back into it, that it produces more confidence in that sense.
Gotcha.
I'm trying really hard to promote not just the pieces, because the pieces are pretty and I like showing them off on social media, but also sending out confidence posts every day saying you are beautiful, because if you can just see that for a second as you're scrolling on
Uh-huh.
Facebook or Instagram, you're, oh, I am beautiful, just a little reminder, I'm gorgeous.
Uh-huh.
I think that can be another small thing that reminds you that you are amazing. And so that's
Yeah,
what we're trying to do at Dainty Lace.
that is so good. I
I love
think
it.
there's so much value in the way we view ourselves. If we invest in it's just that thought of looking in the mirror and saying and pointing out all of our flaws versus can you stand in the mirror even if you can do this without any clothes on, like look at your full body and then start beginning to appreciate the body that you have. And it might be hard at
Yes.
first. One person told me about her experience and it was like, I started by being grateful that I have legs because I can walk around. I'm grateful that I breathe. I'm grateful for my heart. And I'm grateful for my arms because I can hug my children. And that's kind of how it started for her. And then now she can look in the mirror And it's like full of so much appreciation for who
Mm,
she is, not just for the body that she has, but for the person she's become because she has a body. She's an embodied person.
yeah.
That's, I think, the magic, I think, that helps us all with more confidence, I hope, for some people.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful. The perception you have and like realizing the divine within you
Mhm.
and knowing that you are important. You're important to God, you're important to so many people here on earth, and the way you look at yourself should be in that same light of wow, I am a divine being and I should see myself that way. I think that what you said was beautiful.
Love it. Well, Melina, you've been married about 2 years or so.
Yep,
You've launched a lingerie business, which has come a long way from how you first felt about it. I am
very
sure
true.
you are just such a fast learner, and you're doing amazing things for women all over
Thank
the
you.
world. So, tell us, people listening here, as they walk away from this, they're gonna go check out your website. They're gonna invest in more lingerie in the bedroom and whatever. But I think people also wanna know, what would you say are your black belt sex tips? Or one tip. And I'm putting you on the spot here, but it's the
Yeah.
idea that this is your advice for people that have learned to feel a little more confident in themselves. Now they're ready to take intimacy, sexual intimacy in their marriage to the next level. What advice or tips would you give them?
Oh man. What's so sexy to me is this is gonna sound and it makes sense, but when he's a cowboy.
Uh-huh.
He grew up on a farm. They're ranchers.
Mhm.
But when he starts like saying y'all and he's getting dancing and he puts his cowboy hat on, I don't know what it is, but I love me a cowboy. So if anyone hasn't tried that yet, go for it. Get yourself a cowboy hat, some boots.
Uh-huh.
I love my cowboy.
Love it. That's great. What is it about it that you find
Oh,
so appealing?
the
So
hard work, the
yeah.
dedication and
Mhm.
making things work out on the farm and you're like when I watch him bale hay
Uh-huh.
and like throw it to cows, I'm like, wow, that is a man. That is a
Uh-huh.
nice man.
Yeah.
So it's definitely the hard work, the work ethic that speaks to my sexual soul.
Agreed, 100%. Great, very good. Well, where can people go to learn more about Dainty Lace?
Yeah, so if you type in daintylace.com, that pulls up our website. Also, dainty.lace.confidence on most social media platforms. And again, it's all about that confidence, is what we're trying to promote. So that's why it's in our social media handles.
That's very good. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure.
If the idea of having more bedroom confidence for a deeper, more intimate marriage sounds good to you, why not check out our Get Your Marriage On program? This is where over 100 couples have been able to work with me and my team of professionals to take the intimacy in their marriages to their next level. Thank you again for listening. Please be sure to share this podcast with your married friends. I'm sure they'll thank you for life. And until next Friday, go get your marriage on.